What up, though, Karen?
Hey, Charlie. How you doing?
Real good. Mannequin Joey, how are you?
Good, Charlie.
It speaks.
Mannequin Joey.
No Bullshit News Hour brought to you by American Coney Island. Put it back up, man. Detroit's oldest family restaurant and birthplace of the famous Detroit Coney dog. Chili, mustard, Italian onions. You want a piece of Detroit? Head downtown to the corner of Lafayette, Michigan Avenue. Can't miss it. It's the red, white, and blue building shaped like a slice of pie. Clean, clean, clean. I'm painting all the lights now. It looks like a real landmark. It's cool. I'm very proud of it. And it's always delicious, always open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The dogs snap when you bite them. The chili's a 100-year-old family recipe made especially for the American Coney dog. And the beer is cold. That is the original Coney dog in the world. Did you know that? What?
I did not.
Yes. You didn't know that?
I think I might have heard it before.
It was
but
invented
I didn't
there.
originally.
Yeah, it was invented there. And the chili is a 100-year-old recipe. That's why it's still there. It's that good. Visit a Detroit restaurant or the one in the D Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas when you're there. Or, hey, Dad's, the Detroit Zoo. They sell beer around the back there, too. Order a Coney kit straight to you or your friend's door. Go to AmericanConeyIsland.com. Luke Nowacki, my man. Call Luke because you're going to need some help. Economy's shaky. Maybe you're a big-time city official who can travel with your entourage on the city's dime. Maybe you can hook up your girlfriend with the government contracts. But if you're not among the elite who can make your pals fat off of my money, your money, Karen, your money, Joey, you're going to have to bribe for your own retirement there. You got a retirement account?
No, not yet.
Not yet. How old are you?
30.
30.
You're 30?
Yeah.
Man, that water and fresh pressed juice is working.
You're an herbal
19.
tea guy, aren't you?
Yeah. A little bit of clean living.
A little high colonic. You do? You get the high colonic?
No.
That is amazing. You are 30 years old. I was about to say, so what are you doing? This is part of school or something? Jesus, he's 30. That's pretty
He
good.
lives in his mom's basement,
That's all right.
lower level.
That's okay. Do what you got to do, Joey.
These kids are not kids.
I understand.
You got to get a 401k and get out of your mom's house.
Or get a 401k and stay there and continue to save your money.
And, Joey, call Luke Nowacki because you need to retire someday. It's time to start thinking. Time to grow up. Get the dust off your lip. Call Luke. You going to call him?
Yeah. I need to talk to Luke. I need to start working first, really.
You're not getting paid to do this?
No.
Drew's not paying you?
Oh, I work with Drew, but yeah, need to get a real job.
Oh, give us time, bro. It's growing, growing, growing. Listen, if you have questions, Joey, whether you're on the right track or whether you're on a track at all, call Luke Nowacki at 248-663-4748. Hey, first responders, the guy does a lot of work with you. Personally give Luke a call. Grow your assets from pension planning, which they screwed you on, to college savings plans. Your politicians are depending on you. Luke Nowacki, friend of the people. 248-663-4748. Securities and investment advisory services offered through Royal Alliance Associates, Inc. I don't even know who they are. Is that Luke?
Oh, no.
Member FINRA SIPC. Royal Alliance Associates, Inc. is separately owned, and other entities and or marketing names, products, or services referenced here are independent of Royal Alliance Associates, Inc. And ADR Consultants, providing full business, construction, management, and IT consulting services for your company, municipality, and law enforcement agency. ADR, experienced, overseeing more than $250 million in private and public construction projects since 2001. And guess what he did, Karen? You worked with him.
Mm-hmm.
You worked with him with Bing, under Bing.
Under Bing, yeah.
When
Good guy.
When he got that demolition program
Yes.
in order. It was a mess.
Yes, he did.
Right?
Good guy.
Feds came in and said it was all screwed up, right? He came in, he straightened it out.
Yes, he did.
Then he was in the middle of this new one. The one Duggan's all in trouble for. What I know about him, it's in my book. I might as well say it's in my book. He pointed out it was wrong. He blew the whistle. And you get hammered.
That's true. These days you do.
Got hammered, but we'll talk about it today. It's red hot. There are people going to give testimony to the grand jury. Do not be fooled, people. Do not be fooled. Stay with it. I'm not going to drown you with details anymore. It's moving, and it's moving fast. You need to reduce costs. Need to re-engineer processes or find better vendors. ADR has saved clients and municipalities millions. Give them a call. Just give them a call. ADR consultants are experts in procurement, compliance, minority participation, Section 3 stuff, all of that. I know you all listen. You're a little bit of a mess because it's a mess in Detroit. Call him up. He's straightening it out. Honest, ethical, smart. Call Barry Ellen Talk. 248-318-9424 for a consultation. Get the job done right, on time, on budget. ADR Consultants, 248-318-9424. God bless America. Power to the people.
All of that, Charlie.
I tried that at a bar. I just wanted to.
You tried what?
I went to each person's bar, shook their hand, said, God bless America and power to the people.
So they didn't know which one you're talking about.
Not one person disagreed.
Okay. Well, that's good. Some people may find that contradictory, but okay.
See, but I don't.
Well,
I don't. God bless this place. This is our place.
this is true.
And the people have to are the power. They got to take it back.
But the people are divided. So when you talk about giving people power, like who gets the power, especially when you've got conflicting opinions about what, things are supposed to look like?
Well, that's a good question. I guess the answer would be determined at the ballot box, and everybody's got to respect what that decision is going to be, and there are safeguards for the minority opinion on things.
Well, I ended up with going back and forth, which I usually don't do, with people on Twitter. And this guy he was talking about I love Twitter, but he was talking about the bike lanes. And, I think the bike lanes are trash. I was driving through Lakeshore Drive yesterday, and there were, tons of bikes, and they're riding. There are no bike lanes. There are no issues there. Okay. So he says, well, what, you don't want us to be safe? I said, yeah, I want us to be safe, but I think there's a better way. What does that better way look like? I said, you need to have people that are making decisions in the best interest of all involved and not just making a decision from a self-serving perspective. He says, well, what do we do? I said, well, first you got to vote. But then after you vote, you have to hold people accountable. You have to question. You have to remain engaged. So, I think a lot of people think they can vote, and then that's it. That's not it. That's not how that's not how it works. You can't elect somebody and then turn them loose to represent your interest and, do what's best for everybody. So
not keep track of them.
Not keep track of them or question them or hold them, hold their feet to the fire. You don't hear from them again until they change the date on their promotional material and come back and ask for your vote again. Like, what did you do the last time?
Well, that's why they listen to this. But, way down on my list is bike lanes. Way down on the list.
Listen, and they spend a ton of money putting it on a raggedy street. But we'll talk about that another time.
Well, who got the goddamn contract?
That's the question.
That's always the deal.
I hate those things. I hate them.
They're stupid. Those poles that stick out the ground, everybody runs them over. What's the point of that?
They run them over, and the bikers don't adhere to any rules. So you have them going with traffic, you have them going against traffic. And like I've said before, people that work in the city have shared about, how many doors have been blown off of cars because there's no space between the parking lane and that one of two travel lanes. It's a mess. So
and get them goddamn scooters off the sidewalks. Those aren't supposed to be on the sidewalks. You're gonna make money. I'm sick of dodging them.
Yeah,
it's a lot of money there. Anyway, listen.
All right.
Joe Biden was in town. Mike Duggan, pals with Joe, raised the money. Had a fundraiser over at Dennis Archer Jr.'s house. Remember the mayor's son now, a big wheeler dealer in his own right. And, I don't think it was reported, but Bob Carmack, the pain in the ass of the mayor, the one that secretly tailed him with the girlfriend in the garage door.
Because he had some planes. Because I took a picture a long time ago when he was first starting to do that and sent it to you. You already knew, but yeah, I remember.
Yeah, and he's flying banners over the
and he had
opening
the big
day
screen.
at the ballpark.
Yeah, the big screen with the recording of after following the mayor.
He was tailing the mayor. Had the video. He put it on a jumbotron on a flatbed truck. It was driving around City Hall.
Jefferson
at rush
and
hour.
Woodward. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, the mayor's life since left him. But Bob was doing it again. Well, they were serving mushroom burgers at Archer's place on the golf course there. Nothing burgers.
Burger.
Big nothing burgers. That's what.
Okay.
We got Bob. Did you get a hold of Bob?
Yep.
Hey, Bob.
How you doing, Charlie?
Real good, man. Where you at?
California, Disneyland.
Listen, man. What did the sign say this time?
One of the signs said Mayor Duggan is exporting black workers out of Detroit government and importing white.
Oh, so you went with the race card.
Well, at the ACP function at Cobo, I thought I applied around there.
Oh, so the NAACP is in town. You're trying to stir him up. So you were flying him over Cobo, too?
Yes, sir.
Dude, how much does that cost?
I was thinking the same thing, Charlie.
How much does 6 hours of busting the mayor's ass by aerial bombardment? How much is that?
It doesn't matter how much this costs. It's the enjoyment of doing this,
You're an artist.
I'm an artist. I'm just trying to lay the art to the art. That's all.
What did the other one say?
The other one said, Biden, you will meet Mayor Duggan's mistress, say, and probably Dennis Archer Jr. still.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, you went there with it.
So,
yeah.
Are you going to have more video soon?
Oh, we're going to have some more video next week.
What?
Next week, new video.
Okay, wait a minute. Joey, give me the breaking news. Beep, beep, beep. We'll see if we're trying to get the show in order. Wait, you've got more video of what?
Listen to me. I got some video that's going to blow people's mind.
Okay.
That's all I can tell you.
For real?
For real. Monday.
Get the fuck out with that. Monday. All right. Well, you heard
Monday and Tuesday. 2 days in a row.
Are you holding a press conference on this?
I was going to ask, how are we going to know?
Because last time I went to one, it was a big nothing burger, big portobello mushroom sandwich. Remember?
I remember exactly. I would explain what happened there at that press conference, why things fell the way they did. You know, I was being attacked in many different ways by many different individuals.
You got a little scared. Yeah, they were getting you for extortion and stuff. So you got a little scared. Peed your pants a little bit.
Peed my pants a little bit. Had to put a diaper on, get back in the world.
Yeah, that's being a man. Mitten, they got to you. Now, what do you got? Give us a little tease, because this comes out Sunday. So if you want 50,000 listeners, dude, what do you got? Give us a little something.
It's something to do with your demolition, Charlie. Some verification on what you're talking about and what's happening.
You got video.
Got video and audio.
Of what? Like buildings getting torn down? Boring.
Maybe some city employee just giving the story of what really happened on the inside.
So, Bob, let me go back to your earlier sign about the exporting of black workers out of Detroit. What's behind that?
Well, what's behind that, I have a lot of people that have called me from the city. And, they're in outrage. They're scared for their job. Matter of fact, the employees that testified against me, they have no recourse. They have to do whatever the mayor or their bosses tell them to do. If they don't listen to their boss, they will get fired. There's nothing to keep them there. There's no unions that are fighting for these guys to keep their jobs.
Okay, that's true, but that's across the country. Now, let me ask you something. Dennis Archer Jr.'s wife must have been at that fundraiser. What are you hearing? Karen, you hearing anything?
Yeah, actually I did.
Get out of here. Tell us.
They weren't, I don't gossip, but
just a little bit.
It wasn't a happy camper. So it was.
Oh, she's pissed.
Well, of course. If you were a spouse of any gender and you see something about that, look at what Mike Duggan's wife did. So I'm sure, it could probably be embarrassing or,
What you mean with, the former vice president of the United States in your yard?
Yeah.
And there's a banner.
Something like that.
Oh, Bob, what a dick move, man.
So, yeah, that's,
Bob, right in the mouth.
But why? Let me ask you this: Dennis isn't an elected official. Why Dennis? What difference does it make what he's doing?
Well, some people tell me he used to have marital problems and so forth, and I was advised that they had some issues and so forth. Duggan stuff, it's been out there for 30 years. It just didn't happen just when I caught him.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying, why would you, what difference does what happened? Dennis is in private, a business. So
yeah, Bob, isn't that below the belt?
What difference does it make? That's not really revealing. If you went around to try to find out everybody who was having an affair, you're going to be busy, I'm sure.
Well, my problem with it is we got Joe Biden run for the president of the United States. He's sitting at a house where the guy that sponsored it is under investigation by the state, by the feds, right? That's Mayor Duggan. He's also at a house where Dennis Archer Jr. took the 5th on a question asked by one of my attorneys on did he give, or not Dennis Archer Jr., but Gabe Leland took the fifth, did he accept money from Dennis Archer Jr.?
So city council member Gabe Leland, who's indicted and has been hunted down by Chicken Joe,
Exactly.
for taking bribes that you passed to him wearing a wire for the FBI. So now you're deposing the guy in a civil matter, and you're asking him if Dennis Archer Jr., developer, businessman, had paid him bribes and he took the fifth. That's what you're saying?
Yes, sir.
What's that got to do with his wife, though?
Yeah, that should you be mad at Gabe, not Dennis. I mean, that's a Gabe
No,
issue.
I ain't mad at Dennis. I'm just telling you, I just felt that Biden's people should research what's going on in Detroit, what's going on in Michigan, before he goes to any place.
Well, that's Detroit for you. It's brass knuckles, Karen. It's in the mud. Hey, Bob, we're going to jump, man, but thanks for coming on. And
have fun at
let me know where I'm supposed to show up Monday.
Ain't no problem. I sure will.
All right, man. Bye-bye.
See you, Bob.
Bye-bye. Thank you, Karen. Bye-bye.
You're welcome. Bye-bye. Is that his name? Yeah, Carmack.
Yeah, man. Damn, this town's...
Oh, you made me think I called him the wrong name. I was like, that's his name, isn't it?
But you want to know what? A mile away from Dennis Archer Jr.'s house on the Detroit Golf Club, mile away, a couple hours later, I sure hope Joe Biden took 696 to the airport, right? Because you don't want to go down 6 Mile. Because a mile away on 6 Mile, a civilian employee of the police department who works that closed-circuit TV, surveillance, that whole thing, is driving home with his wife and his 3-year-old, and he took a bullet through the windshield that hit him as two rival gangs were shooting across 6 Mile, not a quarter mile from University of Detroit Mercy.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
There's no expectation that police are out there, right? That's just a mile or two from where the motorist, and it doesn't matter if you're black or white, I'm just doing it so you know what I'm talking about.
Right.
The white dude got an offender bender and got out of his car and got beat to death. That also was on Livernois, 3 blocks from the 10th precinct. No expectation police are going to be around. This is the,
Norm?
Yeah. This is like, I'm sorry to keep doing it, folks, but there's no comeback when 150 shootings in the first month of summer. It's not like that out there. You can't live behind a gate.
But Charlie, as I always say, that narrative is not reality. I mean, it's just not. So, the pretty buildings and the new businesses looks good and it reads well, but the reality is that, there are still issues around crime that need to be addressed.
Well, let's not fool ourselves here, as we're trying to get Super Cop, Undercover Cop on the phone here, who will lay out what's really going on.
Okay.
Gonna have to change his voice because everybody's afraid of their jobs when they tell the truth.
Yeah, well, we get that.
But look, I mean, a lot of building downtown. It's awesome. But there's a lot of building in Royal Oak. There's a lot of building in Ferndale. There was 7 cranes that I counted downtown in Grand Rapids. Money's cheap.
That's true.
What happens when the money's not cheap? I mean, comeback means you're safe and you're healthy. Is Super Cop on the line? Yep. Hey, Super Cop.
How's it going, Charlie?
Real good, man. Now, we're going to change your voice in post-production, and just to let everybody know honestly, like, if anything slips up that might identify you, we will take it out in post because, we appreciate you coming to tell the truth. And you're not a disgruntled police officer by any means. I'm not even going to give you rank or anything. You're fair. I know you to be fair. And just tell us.
Yeah, that's me. That's me.
Tell us what's... Dude, look, when the potato chip guy, the clerk, he's an asshole, of course, right? Maybe he is.
Maybe not.
Yeah, exactly. But when he's taking law into his own hands and he's shooting guys that are fucking with him at the gas station, he doesn't have an expectation of timely police response. A guy gets beat dead on the streets of Livernois, 3 blocks from a precinct. There's no expectation of police response. A police employee's driving home, and there's gangland shootings across 6 Mile. What's going on, dude?
Yeah, the citizens and the businesses in the city of Detroit don't have, I don't think they have any kind of faith in the police showing up in a timely manner and showing up to take care of what they need to get taken care of.
But why?
It's manpower. Manpower, Charlie. Manpower is way down. We have officers walking across the graduation stage from academy time, and they're already stepping right into their new jobs. You have officers with 15 plus years experience that won't even qualify to get their retirement yet, that are leaving for other agencies. And why? Why we ask? Well, we ask because of pay. We ask because of benefits. We ask because of a lot of things. And it's not being afforded to the officers in the city of Detroit.
Now I want you to take a deep breath because you're safe here. You're safe with us because we admire the work you do, and take a breath. Nothing's going to happen. Let's do this as well. So we don't have enough cops. What about policing strategy? It seems to me we react, the surveillance shit that, does work. I mean, the facial recognition stuff. It seems it's all after the fact. What's being done to prevent crime?
Well, not having enough officers on the street. We need to have, you just can't, like you said, we can't be reactive. Police department, regardless of what unit, regardless of patrol or whatever area they work in the police department, we have to be proactive. We have to be out there on the streets and have our cars not going run to run to run to run. That's all they do in no time to actively patrol and show police presence in those areas. It's just not happening. That was possibly, I believe, what will bring crime down to the city. And to have not knowing the criminal, not knowing, oh shit, oh, can I say that?
Oh yeah, man.
Oh, okay. All right. Oh shit, I don't know when the next cop is going to turn that corner. I don't know when the next scout car with 2 officers are going to turn that corner and be on us. And matter of fact, they're probably doing whatever they want to do, saying, I'm not going to see them. They're going to call them. They're going to, lucky if I show by the time I go to bed tonight.
Can I ask you if you feel there's a lack of ownership from the officers because they're underpaid, because it appears they're undervalued, because you don't have the resources and the support to effectively do your jobs? Do you think that there's a sense of disconnect and, not to say that anybody is not giving 100%, but, you can't quite buy into something that's not being reciprocated from the person that you're working for?
No, I don't think every officer is out there not doing anything because of the situation. No, I think officers are out there doing what they can do, providing services to the citizens of Detroit and businesses of the city of Detroit with what they have. And they say do more with less, but it's not working. It really isn't. It's like our hands are tied and we can only do what we can do.
Like I'm telling, this is a super cop here. I can't reveal any more, but look, I spoke with this week 24 of you guys, top to bottom, undercover, brass. Look, everybody knows, dude. So, the thing is this. Let me ask it. Would you, when you're a cop and the lights are out and it's dark, are you cruising down Livernois?
Are you
stopping to get some gas on Livernois?
No. Not my first choice of stops to be made.
Help people that are listening. If there's a fender bender, let's say, at Livernois and Davison, real rugged, what do you do if you're just an ordinary citizen?
What should you do? Leave. If your car is drivable, drive away. You can make that action report another time.
Where to?
Any precinct. Any police precinct in the city of Detroit. It happens in the city of Detroit. You go to any police precinct and make a report.
Well, we don't know.
I know they're at.
Let me say this though.
Go ahead, Karen.
Two things.
Okay, Super Cop, Karen, you and Karen.
When I got rear-ended and went to the police station, which is on St. Jean now. I don't know if that's still the 5th precinct or if it's something else. 2 things.
Let me ask Super Cop. Super Cop, is it still the 5th?
It's still the 5th precinct over there.
Okay.
Yes.
The door was locked, so I couldn't just walk in. And then 2, they didn't let me in and told me I had to go to the station over on the boulevard and the lodge.
Well, how long ago was that?
Because they couldn't.
How long ago was that?
That was a year ago.
Oh,
That was literally a year ago. My accident was July of 18.
Oh, the one that messed
The
you.
lady, yeah, when Megan, yeah. So I had to go over to the Boulevard and the lodge to file the report. They said they didn't file accident reports there.
Well,
No, I'm not challenging you. I'm just saying
That's a
lack of resource. I'm not challenging you
But
at all,
Super
sir.
Cop,
I'm
no,
not challenging
you
at
don't
all.
have to call him sir. He's a good one.
Oh, still, sir.
He's not the emperor here.
I didn't say king. I said sir, Charlie.
But listen here, Super Cop. You just told us to drive away.
yeah, if your vehicle's drivable and there's no injuries, you don't feel safe in that situation, and someone doesn't feel comfortable to you, drive away. It's a non-injury accident, and you don't feel safe, and you can get away from that scene, drive away, go home. Go back when you feel comfortable making a police report and make a police report.
We don't have a strategy, do we? Yes or no?
As of right now, I don't see one, unless we start hiring way more officers that are leaving on a daily basis. This downslide is going to continue in the same direction it's going. And it's a terrible thing to say because Detroit is a great city, but you just...
That's the thing, dude. Listen, I mean, when we were talking, I got a lot of love for it. I got a lot of love for you men and women, and I'm going to do what I can. It has to be honest and real, because if we keep bullshitting, you're gonna have this kind of shit, and it's not a great place. And think of all the really great people. Look, think of all the great people living in the neighborhood. I'm sitting here shocked that rival gangs will shoot it up over 6 Mile, and it's not acceptable, but it sounds like it. Hey, take that into the neighborhood. You know what I mean? Don't do it on a major thoroughfare. Do it on a block.
That is a neighborhood, Charlie. 6 Mile, 7 Mile.
I know, but
those are turf areas.
Normally, you want to do your dirt where you're not under the streetlights. That's what I would think.
Well, and the reason they're doing that dirt, Charlie, is because they don't think the cops are going to be around.
I know. Hey, Super Cop, I was filming one Sunday, like all the scenes where children were shot that week. It was a roundup. It was like a half dozen. And it was Southwest and West Side. I'm talking Junction, Central, Telegraph, Livernois, right? I saw in 5-6 hours on a Sunday, one squad car. I rolled down the window. I go, how's it going, boys? And they said, real busy.
Because that's all your officers on the street are doing. They're answering runs. They're overwhelmed with the call log, and they're overwhelmed with it.
What about the
paperwork?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you
off.
But what about the paperwork and the process? Does that also, is there a better, more efficient way that would allow the officers to be more effective on the street as opposed to at a desk filling out paperwork?
I mean, they have improved on that where they can now do reports right from their cars.
Okay.
Super Cop.
Here's what I heard and seen. They don't do them right from their cars. They do them right from their cars when they drive back to the precinct where it's safe. Because, no one's out there with their head down out on 6 Mile where they're shooting it up. Right?
Right. Well, exactly. Yeah, they'll go back to the station and do the reports there. But then, the middle of doing the report, radio will come over here and say, Scout, whatever, we got a priority 1 call over here. So-and-so's going on, and be advised we're on paper right now. Okay, we'll take a pull from your paper, stop that paper, and go handle this. Now they're 2 reports behind. Now they're 3 reports behind. And it's a common everyday occurrence.
Is that how the statistics get fucked up?
I can't speak on as far as that goes, but
right.
Yeah, report may go missed here and there because they're just busy. And by no fault of their own, but they're just busy.
If you were appointed chief August 1st, 2019, what would you do to turn the department around?
I would turn all my assets and everything that I could, push for city council to allow us to hire more officers, get a better turnaround, push for better pay, and get more officers on the streets.
I agree.
Okay.
I mean, it's where the Detroit Police Department needs to be. It needs to be on the streets.
Super Cop, that's the thing. A turnaround doesn't come in a year. If we're going to be serious about what we're doing, it's a long-term projection. Schools and cops, pretty much, right?
Yeah.
Otherwise, you know.
I'll point out another thing, Charlie, as far as patrol goes. You have the officers with 15 years and more on the job leaving for other agencies because of their experience. So what does that do to the precincts and the patrol? It leaves you with officers, partners, 2 partners together, both with one with 9 months on the job and one with a year on the job.
Is that common?
Very common. Very common.
Wow. So that creates.
I mean, yeah, it's bodies on the street. It's a presence, but the knowledge isn't there. They haven't gotten that knowledge yet. And for us for the city to continue to do what they're doing as far as pay, and you know, we took a 10% pay cut back in the Kilpatrick administration.
Bing.
We went bankrupt.
Karen did that to you. Yeah.
No, I did not.
Okay, but anyway, yeah, you took
So whoever did it, they did it to us, okay?
Yeah.
So they said, oh, we're getting a raise this July 1st. I'm going back a couple of years. We're getting a raise this July 1st. No, I'm not. I'm not getting a raise. I'm getting what you took from me back.
Yep.
Right.
I mean, I think we just started, honestly, seeing a raise in the last year and a half to 2 years where we've gotten put full from our 10% taken from us.
Mm-hmm.
And we're getting 1%, 2%.
You want to know what inflation is every year? 2%. Yeah. You're not getting a raise.
You want to know what the suburbs are getting? 7-8% a year. That do how much less work than we do on a daily basis.
And that's why they're able to be out on the street, because they're not, you know.
And that's why they're taking our officers.
Shit. Okay, look, man. Is it good? Is it better? Is it worse? Is it the same? Like, you know, I know you got to let you go. You got things to do. But listen, anybody listening to this show either really likes it and they got nothing to do with Detroit, or they live there, or they live around it, or they're from there somewhere in the world. Is it come back? Is it better? I won't give how many years you've been on the job. It's quite a number.
A lot.
Okay.
You know what's come back, Charlie?
What's that?
Downtown. And that's it. And I'll end it with that.
Okay.
When I started this job, Charlie, however many years ago, area that I worked in, these blocks had full homes, entire homes. Now, they can put the tractors in the ground and plow it and make corn and everything else in whole city blocks in the area I worked in. Doesn't make sense.
What about this then? What about, check yourself? Chief's got he got a couple of new things, like, listen, everybody, before you go shoot, check yourself. And, today we're finding out the mayor and the chief are having pizza with criminals, just a wrap. What do you make of the pizza summit?
I don't get it. I don't get it.
What do you mean?
When we have to go to criminals to ask them how to be the police.
We're going to ask criminals, like, how do we catch you?
How do we catch you? We sure know how to do that.
I believe there was a cop on Facebook going, hey, man, I got an idea. Why don't we just arrest him when we give him the slice of pizza?
That would be a sting operation, Charlie.
Is that outrageous to rank and file Super Cop?
Well, you know what? If it is a sting operation, if it is you want a free cruise, go on down and get your free cruise. Well, guess what? You have a felony warrant. You have a felony warrant within the city of Detroit or wherever else you have a felony warrant for. Why do we keep on letting them go out, regardless of how we get them? We're not breaking in their door of their house and saying, "Hey, you want a cruise? Come on down." And then they get locked up on the felony warrants. I mean,
well, give it to me.
How do you feel about that? Like, look, we're gonna do a photo op and rap with, because read what this. Listen. Part of the problem, again, this is no bullshit news, Super Cop. No bullshit. We've been talking till we're blue in the face. I think all of you all know. I tear through those statistics. I'm out on the streets. It's not fun. I want all the cops and citizens to know I get it, and I'm trying to make it better the little way that I can. And it makes me mad when the media goes to the chief's birthday party or the deputy chief of police is retiring and there's a mass invitation to have cocktails for the guy. Makes me pissed. So here's what I read today. So they're starting to change Super Cop. Go ahead, Karen.
Because nothing else seems to be working, they're going to try to talk to those committing crimes in the city in a friendly meeting over pizza.
Super Cop, what the fuck? Okay, finally, one of the purveyors of It's All Good is like, because nothing seems to be working. Because 61-year-old guys celebrating a birthday shoot up a Mickey D's because they don't got fried mushrooms. You know what I mean? Now, it's been going on for how long, Super Cop?
Yeah, it's been going on forever, and I don't know. If the chief and the mayor think it'll work, then you know what? Let's see what happens.
It's bullshit.
But you and I both know that what it takes is police out on the street doing police work and handling their business. That's, in the end, that's what's going to take to get this under control.
Yep. And
more cops.
Better pay,
better benefits all around. That's the end of the story. Like I said, you have great officers every day, and I know a lot of them that the city is hurting because they lost them.
I want to ask you this because, there was a big uproar when residency was lost during the Archer administration. There was an attempt to lure officers back into the city under Project 14 under Mayor Bing. But do you think that residency makes a difference in any capacity, in any amount, for safety in the city if officers actually live in the city?
Not at all.
None?
Not at all, because we haven't been able to do there now. We know our job. Where we live has nothing to do with how we would police in the city of Detroit. It has nothing to do with it.
I can give you a statistic, though. Look, I understand how people feel, like the culture of it. It would be nice if you're the police, you're part of this community, right? You don't feel like an outside force. That's really what I think is at the root of this. But if you need any proof, Karen, that it doesn't make a damn bit of difference, the body count from when, the 70s and the 80s when cops lived here is exactly the body count that it is now when they don't.
Well,
but my problem is the body count doesn't change.
I get that. But if the city were safer, I guess it's kind of the catch-22.
We talked about. I know. Maybe you would.
Because I know officers say, "Hey, I got a family. I'm concerned about my safety. I want to make sure my kids are in a good school." You have to respect that. You can't politicize your kids or your family. I get that. But it's like we've talked about appointees not working in the city. All the appointees that you uncovered that make in excess of $100,000.
12 dozen Super Cops, 12 dozen.
They don't live here. I have an issue with that.
I do too. I do, but I'm looking. Look, a cop can't afford Detroit.
Oh, I was just asking in terms of how they.
That's cool. No,
and I'll tell you something right now. When I came on the job, I had to live in the city of Detroit, and I lived there. Where I moved to, my house value was double from from Detroit to where I moved to. You know what happened to my house payment? It went down because the taxes are just ridiculous in that city.
And your
car insurance.
And our car insurance.
Homeowners insurance.
And what are we getting for our taxes?
A bunch of disgruntled, underpaid cops.
That's right.
That's why we move. Who wants to... Where are we going to go to the grocery shop? You live in the city. Go to Mike's Fresh Market and pray to God you don't get carjacked on the way out.
Well, guess what? Don't worry about it. We got facial recognition software, and we'll get them. Super Cop. We'll get the person that carjacked you days later after you've been carjacked.
Right.
Let me do this for all of Detroit. After I've been carjacked. Karen, you carry a piece? You a gun-toting?
I have a CPL.
You got a gun. Karen's got a gun, Super Cop.
Okay.
Elegant Karen. Got a gun. Don't fuck with Karen.
Scares guys like you.
She's just above you, man. Not the way she comes off, but she just really is. She's beautiful. She's elegant. She's educated. And she's a tough motherfucker. You can't handle it. That's why you moved to the suburbs.
I think that's a compliment. I'm not sure.
That's a total compliment.
Oh, well, I'm going to
Take
take
it as such. Well, thank you, Charlie.
Oh, Pistol Pat and Karen. You ever shot anybody, Karen?
No. I did advise somebody. I was backing up into my driveway. You know, I had officers from the Executive Protection come. My kids were younger, like tell us what to do. What, you know, if they're not home, if I'm not home, what to do. And so they said, you know, always back in your driveway, the whole 9 yards. So I backed into my driveway, and I was coming out, and there were a group of people approaching, and I couldn't see. And I advised them to not proceed. You know, I said, I can't see you. I don't know who you are. I'm carrying a weapon. Do not take another step. They were the people across the street.
Your neighbors.
Well, they were new. I didn't know, but I couldn't see. And the guy said, well, you know, I don't want to. And I said, hey, I can't see you. You know, I'm standing out here with, you know, my son or my daughter. I'm getting out of my car. All I can see are some figures coming up a driveway. But no, I mean, I do pretty well at the range. But no, I've never shot anybody.
Super Cop, did she handle that properly and appropriately?
Absolutely.
Okay. Let's. Okay, Karen, I want you to pretend we're there in that moment. And the window comes down. Give me the voice. Give me, as you recall, exactly how you did that.
You don't want to hear that voice.
I really do. I
do.
No,
because that voice only comes out when it's real. Like that. That's not my, as Kirby would say, that's not my radio voice.
Well, give me a, you know, the best you can.
I just said, hey. I said,
like this. Hey.
No, I said, hey, don't.
Did you say halt?
No, I said, hey. I said, you know, I said, I feel threatened. Do not take another step.
No, so you're talking in the third person past participle, like it's
like
on, just like this.
I don't want to give that away.
Pretend Joey's walking up.
I can't. Joey looks
intimidating, holistic, Opie Taylor looking, high colonic 30-year-old dude living in a basement.
No, halt! Charlie, it's all good.
Put down the bean curd.
No, the bean. No, the
and the vitamin water.
The drought juice. No.
Step off of the scooter.
No, but you know, I'll tell you this. You know, I mean,
if I see those Birkenstocks move,
that's right.
I'll take that to be
loose.
But I'll tell you this.
Assertive motion.
This was interesting, Charlie. I was going through a drive-through once. This was a few years ago, and there was a guy sitting there, and he was begging, and he approached the car, and I said, "Don't come any further." You know, he said, "I said, you know, what he said? Did I have a gun?" I said, "How do you know I don't have a weapon?" He said, "No." He said, "I don't have a weapon." And I said, "Well, how do you know I don't?" And he said, "I'm hungry. That's a chance I have to take." So it's crazy that we have to go through all this. That was a pretty profound encounter. But he said, you know, I bought him food, kept him at a distance.
Super Cop, you hear that?
I'm hearing it.
Let me just give you the totality of this woman. Approach no closer. This is how you should have been doing it, Karen. Approach no closer. I'm hungry. I don't have a weapon. How do you know I don't have a weapon? That's a chance I have to take. Then she says, it was profound. I got him something to eat.
I did.
If we could do, you know, it's like, what would Karen do? We got to do some merchandise here. What would Karen do?
I wasn't so nice with the lady at the ATM approaching me, asking me for money. I said, this is not the place for that.
This is not the place for that. You hear that? No, Super Cop's going to go like this.
Don't fucking come any closer.
That's it.
The fuck away from me. That's what I say.
No, he sounds like he'd say, ma'am, you need to step away.
Go ahead, Super Cop. How would you do it?
Probably what you said, Charlie, because, I don't.
I did. I've done it.
Don't come to me on the ATM or anything.
You know what I say? I remember saying it. I'll give it to you in real time. Hey, what the fuck, man? You know the rules. Get the fuck off my back and wait at a fucking appropriate distance. And you're still not getting anything because you violated what everybody knows. That's what I say.
I'll say that next time, Charlie.
And, dude, you ought to see these guns. You ought to see my guns.
He's flexing his arms. And twisting a little at the waist.
Yeah, that's my six-pack. All right, Super Cop, listen, man. We support you. You ever need anything? Listen, you're going to be our man on the street. You're going to be no bullshit news hours, street correspondent. You're going to check in occasionally with us, let us know what's really going on, right?
You got it. You got it, Charlie.
All right, thank you, man.
All right, yep,
be safe.
Bye.
Thanks.
Yep, thank you. Bye, Karen.
Bye-bye.
Super Cop.
That's better than the cop that told me, I don't want you to hit my bike. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I was in a gas station.
The motorcycle.
Yeah, he's on a motorcycle. First of all, when he took his helmet off, he had on a do-rag, which I thought was unprofessional. And, I mean, seriously, I understand it may mess up your hair, whatever, but if that's the case, then maybe you don't need to be a motorcycle cop. And he was talking to another motorist, and so I'm backing out, and he said something. I rolled down the window. I said, "I'm sorry." I said, "Everything good?" He was like, "I'm just trying to make sure you don't hit my bike." I said, "I wouldn't dare." But, I mean, that kind of interaction. Now, had I been a frustrated person putting my last $2 in my car, already angry at, life or situation, you want to have a good rapport with your law enforcement officers, and this guy just flipped the, because I was kind of pissed off. I'm like, I didn't say anything to him. Like, why would he approach me that way? What gave you the idea? You just don't do that. Like, it's a two-way street.
Well, that's the thing, I mean.
And I have nothing but the utmost respect and support.
Policing, like, you don't just show up there, be an asshole, and leave.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, what are you talking about? I'm not even. I actually sped off because I expected him to kind of find me. I said, oh, he's going to be that kind of guy. Come give me a ticket for the hell of it. So whatever.
Well, let me tell you about Hall Financial, who they offer lower rates, better options, and that personal attention that we're talking about that every human wants when you're talking about your home. The average refi takes 44 days. Hall Financial averages 19 days. Do the math, half the time. Email dhall at hallfg.com to get the paper moving. That's like dhall at hallfg as in financial group. dhall at hallfg.com or call 248-308-5000. Folks, I don't know what to tell you. Start preparing for next year. Or maybe you just want to take equity out of your home or shorten the length of your mortgage. You could be less than 3 weeks from saving money with Hall Financial. Email dhall at hallfg.com. 248-308-5000 is your other option. Tell them you heard on No BS News, the Drew and Mike podcast, ML, the Soul of Detroit, and Eli Show. What the hell is that show called?
What is
No
this?
Filter Sports.
Yeah,
No Filter. Okay.
I was going to call it Red Phil. So, okay, No Filter Sports. It doesn't matter because we appreciate him giving the network a shot. The legal number here is NMLS 1467435. I like that song.
All these disclaimers.
Yeah, it's America. Hall Financial, you won't be disappointed. Now, that play a minute. God, just take me back. Who's this, Madness? Our house. I went to college and this was you had to like it.
You didn't have a choice?
You weren't getting no girlfriend in Michigan.
I don't know anything about that, Charlie.
I know. Where'd you go to college?
Michigan State. No, it wasn't all that. I didn't like being. It wasn't.
Michigan State.
I mean, because I'm not a party person. Not the social person. So it was.
Yeah, you and Joey are gonna get along.
We do get along.
You don't drink.
And Joey is clean. I love it.
You too.
I'm telling you.
House.
Mics are clean. Everything. I love it. So thank you, Joey.
Okay, I got to go here now.
All right.
This week, the Democratic presidential candidates are coming to Detroit. Yes, and I like to pitch Deadline.com because I wrote this. Deadline.com is where you find the writing. Here's what I wrote. I'm not going to read it, but welcome to the northern border where nobody pays attention to us until you want our vote, and you are not taking the White House unless you take Michigan, and this baby's a coin flip. Right, Joey?
Yeah.
You going to vote?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay, did you vote last time?
Yeah.
Did your mom drive you to the poll?
No, I walked.
Look at that. He walks
lives in a walkable
to vote
community.
in his Birkenstocks.
Wait a minute.
What a responsible young man.
You walked. But no, for me, when he says he walked, that indicates the community that he lives in. I have to drive.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's not too far away.
You don't live in
How
Detroit.
far?
No, it's, less than a mile.
Like a mile. He walked a mile. He walked a mile in November winds because he's like that.
Oh, he's in good shape. He's young. He can do
If we
that.
had more people like Joey here,
Yep, things would be different.
it'd be a whole lot cleaner anyway. Okay, so look, man, southern border. We're focused on the crime down there, the detention facilities, the immigration. What about up here? Look at our corruption, right? Macomb County, Gabe Leland, Detroit City Council, Duggan with the demolition, right? It's all in the papers. Look at our sliding wages. If you think the economy's good, then pull up the article, and I'll take you to the St. Louis Federal Reserve for the latest data available, 2017. The median, not the average, right in the middle of the bell curve, the median Michigan household made less money at the end of 2017 than they did in 2013.
Wow.
So even if it upticked, we've gone nowhere. And now dig this. More people are working, and yet the household's income decreased. This isn't any freaking miracle. And if everybody's like, I like the economy now, man. Well, we all know the Dow's overinflated, property's overinflated. There's a subprime bubble again, this time with used cars, the next most expensive thing after a house. There's serious issues. Definitely call Hall Financial and Luke Nowacki, right? But that's an issue here. What about our schools? Here's another one. They're amongst the worst in the country. We're in the bottom third. Detroit's is the bottom. Regardless of race, socioeconomic status, or geographic location, all of Michigan schools. At the same time, the lottery set a record and sent record money to the school systems. It's true. It's in the article. I looked it up. The studies are there. That's a record. And it's because we've got to pay teachers more. I believe in paying teachers more. I don't believe they're paid enough. I absolutely don't. But let's put it in some perspective. Michigan teachers rank about 13th in pay, compensation in America. When cost of living is injected and adjusted to it, they're number one.
Wow.
Number one. Now, I don't think teachers are paid, period, for the public service they do and the importance of what they do. Let me make that very clear. But why are we sliding? Hey, Democrats, come up with some shit. Except just jack money out there that we don't have. I do believe in the raises, though. That'll make teachers happy. But it's not the total solution. Think of what I just told you. How about this one? We pay, without, old limousine Gretchen Whitmer's idea of jacking up my gas 45 cents a gallon. Hey, Gov, go back to the drawing board and turn it something. It's a little regressive.
You'd be paying what California pays for gas if it went up 45 cents. I mean, I paid $3.50, $3.49 a gallon the other. That's crazy.
Our incomes are sliding, Gov. I mean, don't put it on the poor and the working people. I mean, we got to think of something better than that. But having said that, right? Our roads are ranked the worst in the United States. So, again, you see what I'm saying, folks out there? Like, come to me with something. Here's another one. Can't drink the water in the border. Can't drink the water in Flint.
Or Highland Park.
Right? God damn. Or up near Selfridge Air Force Base. Okay. Inhumane detention facilities, right? The Border Patrol. What about Wayne County Jail? Remember Joe was covering it? When's the last health inspection we had? I have visited it on a couple of occasions, not too long ago, in fact. Plus, the deputies, the lawyers, the inmates, I keep track of it. There was no toilet paper the other week. Toothpaste, the water's brown, cockroaches, black mold. That thing's under a federal consent decree. How come it's a pile of shit? How come nobody's looking at it? Now, these are our citizens with the presumption. I know what you're going to say. Fuck them, criminals, fuck them. First of all, they're humans. Second of all, they're citizens. Third of all, they have rights under the laws that we live under. And they're presumed innocent. It's cruel and unusual punishment. It's illegal. But nobody's looking. Hey, Democrats, this is a Democratic town. Come on in. Come on, offer me something. You need my vote. Okay, how about the big one? The fucking power grid. 820,000 customers, which means each house has about 2.5 people living in it, each household. Are you telling me we lost 20% of our grid the power grid, when it wasn't even a hurricane or a tornado.
It was a storm.
It was hot and the wind blew. And sometimes it goes out and nothing happened. Or it's the wintertime and it's the coldest day of the year and the transfer station for the gas blows up.
That's unacceptable in 2019.
Well, Democrats,
I mean, it is.
where's the hearing? Who's overseeing this? You want to know what? These are private utilities. One's public, now private. They're profit-oriented. DTE's this year, stock went up 20%. And there's no major investment in the grid. We're living like it's the third world. Tijuana's shit doesn't go out this much. In the meantime, the executive chairman now, gorgeous Jerry Anderson, right, who lives out in Ann Arbor, pulled in a cool $11 million last year, $14 million the year before, and makes about 90 times the average employee of DTE, whose average salary and benefits package is $120,000.
Capitalism.
What are we getting? My rates keep going up.
Oh, yeah. I understand. And you get $25 if your power was out for at least 5 days. $25. But I have to say, the AG at least spoke up and said, you know, customers shouldn't have to apply, and $25 isn't enough. It's an insult. It would take you more than $25 worth of time to go through the hell and high water you'd have to go through to apply or beg for that credit.
Yeah. Fucking mad. So you know what? They give us nothing. Oh, it was, we couldn't get in touch with you, and it was a glitch and an overload on the web. No. Hey, Jerry. Hey, all of you. How come you don't answer to anybody? There's a utility commission appointed by the politicians and the governor, who in turn take money from the power companies' PACs. There's nobody to answer to. If there's anything I ever posted on social media like, this is fucked, that shit went crazy. Like, I don't know, 600-700 shares. People are goddamn mad. I'm tired of paying through the nose. It's a dump up here, people. If New York City had 800,000 households go out, if New York City had a motorist beat to death 3 blocks from a precinct, NAACP's here, the Democratic candidates are here, and nobody's saying shit.
Do they know?
They should know.
They should. But the question is, Charlie, do they know? A lot of times people know what they're fed. What information, what issues are they briefed on? Who are they talking to? I mean, so I'm not saying that's an excuse. I'm saying if people want to secure the vote of a constituent, they need to know that constituent. Who is that person? What are they going through? What are their lives like?
Yeah, everybody's got...
they don't do that. They don't.
So turn on the TV. Get your talking points. Here's your talking points. You want better. You want better schools, better roads, better water, better power, clean governmental facilities, some police to protect you. It's it.
The roads are trash.
Shit.
And I don't mean at the state level. I mean, you drive around Detroit. They are, listen, it's like driving on an obstacle course. And if you drive the roads on a regular basis, okay, there's a hole here. You got to. I said, this is ridiculous. And they're putting those bike lanes on top of these raggedy roads. Like, whose idea is that? I'm
not lying to you. When I was in, during the Iraq, whatever, I won't even call it the war, whatever that was, the roads were better.
Yeah, it's bad. I mean, they got a ton of construction going on all over the place. I don't know what they're doing.
Well, that's good, but it's not enough.
But I'm saying they're tearing up something, but still nobody's fixing the streets. Tires, rims, the underbelly of your car, whatever's under there.
Yeah, I just had to get, that my rear end attended to. And my car, too. Oh. Listen, so we sent Chicken Joe DeMarco to find gorgeous Jerry Anderson, who's busy talking about regional transportation and taxing our homes for a monorail and the Q line. And yet our power fucking grid is going out. No DTE. You don't just get to get away with it. So Joe, we sent Joe to get some satisfaction, some questions answered. We got that, Mannequin Joe?
We're at the home of DTE executive. What's his name now?
What's
DTE
he drinking
executive
NyQuil?
chairman
Joe, wake
Gary
up.
Anderson, or Jerry Anderson. Way out in the boonies. Nice cat in the window. I see no car, man. He might not be home.
Does he have on a chicken
He's
suit?
got electricity though,
I don't know.
and that's more than a lot of people have right now.
So Jerry has electricity way
I
out
say
in Ann
this
Arbor.
is beautiful, man. This is out in the woods.
Out in the
dirt
woods.
road
Apparently those
way
trees don't
out in the
fuck up the
woods.
power.
Off of Ann Arbor. With steep hills and
Nice sledding and
everything.
cocoa.
Have security? Or
Heavily wooded area.
Heavy.
Stock.
And yet his power's on.
This house looks like nobody's home. There's a note in the door that says, please knock. That mosquito looks like it wants to kill somebody. Jerry Anderson.
What's wrong with Joe?
Here he comes, too.
Oh, here he comes. Fuck, got him?
How you doing? Are you Jerry Anderson? The executive director of DTE? I'm your old pal Joe DeMarco with the No BS News Hour. Just want to ask you a couple of questions, innocent little questions, won't hurt you. Are you all right?
pass out?
He's walking away.
He's walking away.
Hello?
He's walking away.
He's walking away.
There you go, Michigan.
But he turned on a light, and yes, there's electricity here, which is more than the tens of thousands of his customers have. Dude, he just walked away, didn't say hi, bye, goodbye, leave my property, I'm calling the cops or nothing. Just walk. That's a lot of shoes, man. He's got about 8 or 9 kids in here at least.
Oh, creepy. Okay,
1, 2,
cut
3,
it. Cut
4.
creepy, Joe.
He's counting shoes. He has a foot fetish.
What the fuck? But how do you like that, Michigan? There's your answer. Disdain. High living. Jerry's house out in the woods, the trees. Not an issue. This is what you get. Come on out, Jerry. Jerry, I need to make this my business. See, if I was pulling those big checks that I'm pulling right now, but I'll get back to it at some point. Hey, listen, media, somebody go do that. Joe just schooled you. Joe went to the house. Why does my mom, God bless, work her ass off? Why is she without the basics on the hottest day of the year and the coldest day of the year? While you starve the system to give a return to the stockholder, because I remember your old public relations person, when I said, what's the big capital investment? She said, do you know how much that will cost? It's unacceptable. Hey, Democrats, this isn't an endorsement of Trump. This isn't an endorsement of him. But don't come in here with big words and programs that don't have any guts to them. Don't take me as a Trump supporter. I'm nonpartisan. I went third party. Listen, folks, if you're unsatisfied with any of it, a third party that gets 5% of the total national vote gets matching funds from the government for the next cycle. If you want to try to create a third party, you're not happy with the two, and you want to participate, that's one way to do it. I'm not going to tell you how. But you keep doing this, saying nothing, eating your nothing burgers at a suspect politician's house. We don't have cops. We don't have... Good luck, because it's fucked up here. It's unacceptable.
But those things have worked in the past, Charlie. The rhetoric.
They don't work anymore.
The campaigns. Yeah, well, it didn't work the last time, that's for sure. So, but, I think people need to really, one, demand more from the people that they are considering voting for or supporting, and certainly demand more from those people that are in office. I mean, sitting back, people, like you said, every time we talk to somebody, people are unhappy, they're complaining, but they don't know what to do. They don't know what to do. We need to come up with Charlie's 5-step plan on how to make how to re-engage and make a difference. It's not sitting back and complaining about it. There has to be some steps taken.
Okay, what did we learn today? Okay, invest in the police. Here's the next one. Invest in school infrastructure and keep the curriculum like the same for at least 2 years in a row. You know what I mean? We keep trying to teach to these exams, and the standards keep changing, and the books keep changing, and the teachers' techniques have to keep changing. Let's just fucking focus on basics. Get the power grid in order, right? Get the water clean. We're paying on our ass. If you can't do it, you're fired. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not going along with it. Woo, we're coming back. Woo, the economy is good. Woo, because it ain't.
People need to know that they are entitled to more.
Yeah, well, they're entitled, how about, to what they pay for,
Well, that's what I'm
minimum.
saying. But it's more than what they're getting. That
God
they're
damn
entitled to it. That it's not like they're asking for something above and beyond.
Yep.
They are paying for it. They voted for it. They expected this is what people are put in place to do.
Yeah.
They are entitled to it.
Yes, it's our right to get what we paid for.
And their responsibility to give it to us.
You want to know the difficulty here? Like, let's just put it where it's at. Democrats are going to be in. I've been asked to be on a couple of the networks. I will be the talking head. Sorry, Michigan, if you disagree with me, this is the shit I'm going to point out. But I wish they'd have you on. But that's not how it works. I don't know why. Because the stuff I get is from you. So I'll do it that way. At least I do that. And don't sit around the $25 martini bar in D.C. At least I'm with you. So excuse me if you don't like what I'm going to say. But here's the work I do. I went down to Detroit, my mile, down to Detroit. Talked to a man. His power was out. Here's what he thinks about Trump. Now listen closely, Democrats. This is what you got to fight. Go ahead, Joy. Now, what'd you say?
He lied like a black person.
Wait, you said you like Trump?
Yeah, I like Trump because he tell the truth with the lie.
What?
Yeah, he tell the truth with the lie. He look you in your eye and tell you, yeah, I got your back. But in reality, he know he ain't got your back. But he'll look you straight in your eye and tell you that. And I like him though because he be straight up with it though. He try to stick to his word. Then everybody get on his back. But I like him though because he keep that immigration and stuff, he keeping the bomb shit down. I think he's keeping it down. The only thing I think he bold with is the gun laws, man. But other than that, I like Trump. I wouldn't vote for him. I ain't his man. I'm a stern critic of him, but I kind of like him too because he kind of stern with it. That's the only thing I like. He like a black person. Like I say, he raw. He look in your face. Yo. That's Trump. I like that about him. Other than that, he's a piece of shit. But I like that other part about him.
It's a soundbite, Charlie.
Fuck yeah, it is.
Oh my God.
It's confused,
But that's your voter.
and it's correct. That's how white people feel. And remember, in the last time around, I don't think he's going to pull this number this time. 30% of Latinos voted for Trump.
Not this time.
Yeah, not this time.
I don't think.
But again, I really would suggest. I am your reporter. I am the guy. I'll go to 6 Mile. We'll have Super Cop on. That's what you got to bet. You can't just be sitting there talking about busing.
I know.
1974. Buttigieg talking about we're going to have a great big wage and unionization. We're going to double it like the air horse shit. You can't keep South Bend together, dude. It's over for you. It's over for you. You might just get out now.
It's a collective effort, though, Charlie. I mean, certainly who we put in office at the federal level matters, but that same commitment and interest and responsible voting has to take place at the local level as well.
Oh, yeah. Okay, but, we're talking about...
I know. We're talking about the
They're not going to
presidential.
talk about locally here. Yeah.
But we got to get the connection. Midterm elections matter. I mean, all those things play into each other. People don't understand how politics work. They don't understand, the connectivity in the process. They think one person, one office is the end-all, be-all, and it's not. But it matters who's where. It's chess, not checkers.
It does, but see, the game's changed because now we're talking about the squad, the gang of four. Trump neatly and maybe look, I'm not going to say maybe. It's an ugly, smart political move to band them together and then tie them to the whole Democratic Party and make them go all the way left. I don't know what that does for the country, but it increases his odds. It's everybody knows that's the play. Mueller, he came up with nothing this week.
He couldn't even remember what was in his report.
Okay, but I'm going to ask you, being Karen.
Okay.
Karen, the one that Super Cop can only dream of carrying her high heels. As he's trying to, she had the one glass of wine at the party.
I don't drink, Charlie.
I know you had the one. That's why, like,
okay.
Somebody got to carry your heels and get you in the door. They got to stop with that. It's not going to work.
It's a distraction.
Because he came, it's nothing.
It's not, and all it does is fuel his. I'm vindicated. There's no corruption. There's no collusion. I'm good. The Democrats are just wasting time and money and energy. And the more it goes on, the more it appears as though he's right.
Wow. So, again, I know what I'm living. This is really serious to me. It's not a game. I don't even have cable because of it. Half the time
it would go out too when the wind blew. So
yeah.
Good.
Right.
It doesn't.
Hear that, Jerry?
It doesn't work either. I'm telling you that Xfinity is horrible, or Comcast, or whatever they are. That's a whole other story, but that doesn't work either.
They don't advertise here.
But I'm saying that doesn't work either. We're at a highest point of technology that we've ever been in our existence. Why don't the basic things function?
Right.
Why isn't our water filtered and clean? Why would power go out when the wind blows? Why aren't the basics taken care of? That's what I don't understand. But it goes back to my theory about people never solving problems because they work their way out of a job. As long as there's an issue, you've got people, we're working on it. We've got a committee. This is what we're working towards. This is what we're going to do in this election campaign. This is what this new CEO is going to do. And the reality is that nothing ever happens.
Right. So, watch the whatevers this week. I don't even know. What color is Elizabeth Warren? Did she ever actually say
what?
She's, Pocahontas.
Oh,
you know what I mean? I mean, has anybody ever straight up asked her, what color are you?
I don't know, Charlie.
I mean, look, if you can't tell me who you are, basically, did you see that, the video she did? Where she's turned redneck now?
Oh, did she?
She's standing there in the kitchen and he goes, hello. Can you pull that up, Joy? Hello. Hold on. Get me a beer.
Is she going to have Honey Boo Boo and June with her in the commercial?
I'm glad for everybody who's joined
why is this?
in this video. It's great to hear from you. Hold on a sec. I'm going to get me a beer.
That's Elizabeth.
It's terrible.
She's in her kitchen. Hi, honey.
My husband, Bruce.
Oh, hey.
Now I'm here.
Hi, Bruce.
You want a beer?
No, I'll pass on the beer for now.
You sure? Okay, say hello to folks.
Yes.
So, this is my sweetie.
Hello.
He's the best. And I'm crazy.
Jesus.
I love you too.
Are you kidding me?
Pleasure.
I'm glad you're here.
Enjoy your beer.
She might be
So,
smart.
who have we got here so far? That I can see.
Oh, come see in my kitchen.
Gabmar, good to see you.
Good to
Hello.
see you. I'm in my kitchen. Hi, over there.
Happy New Year to you.
Is she Facebook Live?
Yes.
So she.
What is this crap? We don't need this crap. This crap's over. She's a very smart woman. You know, for the consumer. You know what I mean? Have a couple good ideas. Polls say she's ahead in Michigan. You keep doing that. You know what I want? I'm not talking for anybody. Somebody come with it for me. It's unacceptable. We're living like shit. I'm voting for Karen.
You're not putting me in that.
you okay. All right. Look. Okay.
Only if Joey will be my VP, then we can handle it.
Jeez.
We'll make
Joey.
We'll make everybody healthy.
I was gonna say Joey could be the chauffeur and shit because he keeps the seats
His
clean.
car is too small. No, that car is too small.
Plus, it's mannequin. No, he can do a rickshaw because he's a responsible.
He can walk a mile.
And walk a mile.
Hey, did you see where Trump went to the MAGA themed wedding? This couple had a wedding and it was themed, Make America Great Again. And he shows up. They were ecstatic because he was there. He kept taking pictures with the couple, but he must have kissed the bride about 4 times just in the video clip that I saw. I was like, this creepy old dude. I was like,
did he grab her by the pussy?
He probably did at some point, and she probably didn't complain.
I just set you up for the grab her by the pussy drop.
No.
We don't have that. I said I had to do it. That's why I did it because we don't actually have. No, don't do it now. All right, listen, everybody. Talk to you next week. Thanks for listening, and stick together. You know, even if you're different. Glad you're feeling better, Karen. Thanks, Joe.
Thanks
and Bob
so
will be
much.
back next week. Now we leave you with this, very famous for all you. Joey didn't know this one. Gil Scott Heron.
It's called Whitey on the Moon. And it was inspired by some Whiteys on the moon. So I want to give credit where credit is due. All right. That's it. A rat done bit my sister Nell with Whitey on the moon. Her face and arms began to swell, and Whitey's on the moon. I can't pay no doctor bills, but Whitey's on the moon. 10 years from now, I'll be paying still while Whitey's on the moon. You know, the man just upped my rent last night, cause Whitey's on the moon. No hot water, no toilets, no lights, but Whitey's on the moon.
You hear that, Jerry?
I wonder why he's upping me, cause Whitey's on the moon? Well, I was already giving him $50 a week, and now Whitey's on the moon. Taxes taking my whole damn check. The junkies make me a nervous wreck. The price of food is going up. And as if all that crap wasn't enough, a rat done bit my sister Nell with Whitey on the moon.
And Jerry's got some lights.
Her face and arms began to swell, and Whitey's on the moon. Was all that money I made last year for Whitey on the moon? How come I ain't got no money here? Whitey's on the moon. You know, I just about had my fill of Whitey on the moon. I think I'll send these doctor bills, air mail special. To Whitey on the moon.
Bunch of white people in that crowd. What's that?
It's the 50th anniversary of the moon landing, so that's a very appropriate.
Oh my God, it is.
So it's appropriate. I thought that's why you pulled it, Charlie.
No, hell no. Wait, okay, listen. What? January 29th? Am I right there?
Something like that, but they've been talking about it all week, so they've been.
See, I don't got cable.
Yeah, that's okay, but you're right. It is the 50th anniversary, so that and the circumstances continue to be the same.